Good morning, Emerson. Results from the Nevada caucus are in, and news correspondent Chloe Teboe has the full recap.
And music correspondent Christina Gesford visited Emerson's Acquire case to get the lowdown on what goes into an Acappella show.
All that and more today, Thursday, February 25th. I'm Sean Stackhouse.
And I'm Lauren Fox. We have a movie-themed show for you today in honor of Sunday's Oscars. Filmmaker Ralph Sepe is here to tell us about his new movie called Lover.
And later we will be joined live from Los Angeles with Emerson students reporting from the red carpet. But now the biggest worldwide headline, 23 are dead after a plane crash in Nepal yesterday. The Tara Air flight was traveling from Pokhara to Jamsum and lost contact 8 minutes into the flight. There's still no definitive causes of what brought down the plane, but the route it was flying was a notoriously windy and cold area of the Nepalese mountains. On board the plane were 20 passengers, including 2 children and 3 crew members. So far, 19 bodies have been recovered and the search efforts continue. The crash site is approximately 16,000 feet above sea level and covered with dense fog.
Now for a full recap on the results of the Nevada caucus, we go to our news correspondent, Chloe Teboe.
Thanks, guys. Here are today's developing stories. Tuesday night was filled with political action when the Republican Nevada caucus and Democratic town hall took place. In the Silver State, Donald Trump scored big, gaining a large momentum with 45.9% of votes. Marco Rubio came in second place at 23.9%, and Ted Cruz followed closely at 21%. The other remaining candidates trailed behind, Ben Carsick and John Kasich at 5% and 4%. In South Carolina, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton answered individual questions for audience members as they vied for the support of minorities. Sanders touched on topics weighted heavily on economic circumstances, while Clinton frequently mentioned racial minorities. The real test for all candidates will be next week on March 1st when Super Tuesday takes place. I'm one of the many voters that will be watching to see the results in the upcoming 16 states. On Tuesday night, demonstrators around the country rallied outside of Apple stores as the part of the nationwide Don't Break Our iPhones event. This organization was initiated to protest the recent court order obtained by the FBI that requires Apple to unlock one of the San Bernardino gunman's phones. A rally was held right here in Boston at the Apple store on Boylston Street. Those in opposition to this order are worried about the government creating a backdoor to the iPhone since it is a product so commonly used by American citizens. Bill Gates commented earlier on Tuesday, claiming that Apple should provide this access. Finally today, an update on the virus that has scared citizens around the Western Hemisphere. 14 new cases of the Zika virus have been discovered in America, and they have all been transmitted through sexual contact. Scientists had previously claimed that this type of transmission would be extremely rare. However, officials at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention believe this is the only way women in recent cases could have contracted it. Currently, there are 90 people in the United States who are affected. The recent reports of sexual transmission would account for 15% of that total. With mosquito season rapidly approaching, scientists hope to make further discoveries on this relatively obscure disease. That's all I have for you today. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Chloe. With the Zika virus, it kind of reminds me our reaction in the United States. We really panicked about it at first, though it really wasn't in the United States. Do you think that panic here has died down?
Yes, Lauren, I do think it's died down a little bit. It's kind of off the mainstream media, but I think it's something that we still need to be paying attention to, especially with the warmer weather coming up. People still need to be aware that it's something that could possibly still be in the United States.
Thank you, Chloe. And now for today's weather. Although we are in the middle of a rainy start to the day, expect the afternoon to clear up with highs in the mid-50s. That rain should go away for the weekend with mostly clear skies on Friday and Saturday and highs in the upper 30s. Sunday will be a warm, almost 50 degrees and mostly cloudy. So, Sean, I'm glad that we're getting the rain over with for the weekend.
Oh, I'm very glad, but unfortunately we had to deal with those thunderstorms last night. Those were pretty loud.
Pretty scary, Sean.
All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. But coming up, former first-round pick Robert Griffin III will not be playing in Washington next season.
And we do have Ralph Sepe here to tell us about the new movie that he'll be directing. All that and more when we return.
Wow, our debates are on fire. Ah! Oh no, why did I say that? Ah! Oh on fire still, it is so hot. Why have I done this? Oh no! I'm still on fire, but watch Speechless on the Emerson channel. It's really good and full of action.
Welcome back. I'm here with filmmaker Ralph Sepe, who is here to talk to us about a new film he is trying to get started called Lover. So Ralph, really excited to have you here today.
Excited too.
What is this film about?
It's about a couple meets at a bar, and then the rest of the film takes place over a year. Their relationship slowly growing and decaying like normal relationships do. And I'd like to keep the rest of it a secret because it turns into a horror film at the end. Not in a Lifetime LMN movie way, but like in a genuinely like terrifying, destruction of a relationship.
Wow.
So it's based on something that happened to me. Obviously not as bad, but yeah, it seemed like an interesting story to me.
That does sound interesting, and a lot of us, we go out and we meet people, and it'll be really relevant to a lot of us.
Most love movies focus on that good part, and they don't focus on the negatives, or they try to sugarcoat it, and this movie doesn't.
Oh yeah.
And, it might make people upset, but
You know what? You gotta push the boundaries sometime. Where
Yeah.
are you in production for this movie?
I was waiting to get to Emerson. I just got here. And before then, we were gathering all the money on Kickstarter. We raised $10,000 for it. I bought all the equipment, and then I hired actresses just last month, and we already started shooting.
Wow, congratulations on getting all that funding. That's really exciting. Who's going to be in this film? Any Emerson students?
Yes, tons of Emerson students, people I just met in class. I'm like, hey, I'm making a movie. You want to help me shoot it? And they're all freshmen, so they've never worked on anything. And they're like, yes, I want to. And yeah, it's been fun so far.
And how long have you been directing films, making movies?
Since I was 5. I've loved it since I was 5 years old. And of course, most of them stink. Like you get to age 16, that's when you start to get good. And I made my first real movie, The High. I was 16. I had my dad's vacation video camera. And I'm like, Dad, can I shoot a movie with this? And then I did. And then it went to the film festival, which was nice. This movie I made for $50 with an iPhone, and it goes to show you just need a good story. You don't need any of the fancy equipment to make something that people will gravitate toward and like.
Wow, that's incredible. So what was your award that you won?
Emerging Filmmaker, I won for that, which was a huge honor because I was just I was 16 years old. I haven't done anything at that point. And I was also really awkward and depressed. So that's why I made the movie. And then everyone's like, oh, you made a great film. You're actually good at something. So I'm like, I'll stick with this then. And then from there,
So that award was kind of a driving force behind what you're doing now.
Yeah, so people actually like what I'm doing. It's not just a hobby. Let me pursue this more. And from there, I have a YouTube channel, which is no big deal. And I review films on there, mostly negative reviews of movies. And people love those too. I have 2 million views on that. So.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so people really, enjoy the stuff I make. And, I don't know if it's good or not, I can't say. It's my stuff, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud of everything I've made so far.
Well, thanks so much, and be out on the lookout for Lover. You haven't started producing it yet, but you're almost there.
We're on our way.
Okay, great. So next up we have sports reporter Malcolm Kellner, who's here with the disturbing details on an MLB player's domestic abuse case.
Thank you, Lauren. And yes, domestic violence has been a huge issue in the NFL for quite some time, but it's been much less of a problem in the MLB. Now, a domestic violence case involving a high-profile player will throw baseball right into that conversation. Colorado Rockies shortstop Jose Reyes has been placed on paid leave by MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred until his domestic violence case is resolved in court. Reyes was arrested on charges of assaulting his wife at a Hawaii hotel last October, and he is scheduled to go on trial April 4th, which is the same day the Rockies begin their regular season at Arizona. All eyes will be on Commissioner Manfred as he prepares to set what could be a precedent for other cases in the sport. Joey Bats and the Jays are beefing. Toronto slugger Jose Bautista and the Toronto Blue Jays are taking part in an ongoing battle for a contract extension that is playing out in the public eye. Bautista is in the last year of his current contract that will pay him $14 million this year, which may seem like a lot, but is frankly a bargain with the type of production he has put up for the Blue Jays since his breakout year in 2010. Now, he wants to get paid a lot. A TSN report said Bautista wanted $150 million over 5 years, which he said was false. Naturally, the Blue Jays would be wary of signing a 35-year-old player to such an expensive 5-year contract, but they don't want to lose one of the key players instrumental to their big turnaround either. I would expect the two sides to eventually agree on a 4-year deal for slightly less annual value. The RG3 era in Washington is about to be over. Well, it's kind of been over for a while now, but it will be officially soon. Washington Redskins president Bruce Allen confirmed what most pundits have speculated for quite some time now, that the team will trade or release Robert Griffin III at some point soon, before the 2016 option for just over $16 million is scheduled to kick in on March 9th. Griffin's career got off to a great start as he was the 2012 Offensive Rookie of the Year, but injuries and poor play followed him the next couple seasons and led him to getting benched all of last year in favor of Kirk Cousins, who the Skins are now trying to sign to a long-term contract. Griffin will definitely get another shot in the NFL, but whether he regains his form and fulfills his once superstar potential is anyone's guess. Tiger Woods may not be done just yet. Over the weekend, a report from a golf author said that Woods suffered a setback from his most recent back surgery and said he was having trouble walking and sitting. However, on Monday, Woods' agent Mark Steinberg said the report was absolutely false. And then yesterday, Tiger tweeted this video in which he hits the ball into a virtual reality golf course, probably in his house, which is probably pretty big. Apparently no pain there shown in the video, and his caption, progressing nicely. Of course, Tiger's fall from grace on and off the course has been well documented, as he hasn't won a major since 2008. Despite that, he doesn't appear to be giving up. Now, I wouldn't bet on Tiger making a career renaissance post-age 40, but with one of the greatest athletes of all time, you can never truly count him out. Well, that's all I've got for sports today. Back to Sean and Lauren at the desk.
All right, thanks, Malcolm. This week, our music correspondent Christina Gesford was able to speak with Acappella group Acquired Taste before the ICCA competition. Let's take a look.
I'm here in the Paramount building with Acquired Taste, one of Emerson's premier a cappella groups. In just a few short hours, they'll be taking the stage at Boston University to perform in the ICC Northeast quarterfinals. Let's take a look at how they're preparing for the first competition of the season. I sat down with President Mary Baker and music director Joey McManus to get some insight on what it takes to put together a show.
So everything that you hear, every note has been, arranged by somebody who is singing, and that's really special because we can put something on stage and say, like, this is completely ours. Like, we did it, we arranged it, we choreographed it. Everything was kind of made by that, so that's how kind of arrangements work. We like to do all sorts of songs, really. We've done everything from Aerosmith. We did a cover of actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf last semester. Yeah, we do a lot. Pretty diverse.
We actually have a choreographer. Sabrina Comillas is we elected her as the choreographer for this semester, and she just, once we got the set list finalized, she took it totally upon herself to create all of these really complex formations and choreography that was the way that she phrases it is it looks harder than it is, so that people are impressed by it, but we aren't up there totally dying, while we also have to sing our hearts out.
So we just saw Acquired Taste perform, and it really just gave me goosebumps. How are you feeling right now, guys?
It is extremely exhilarating to do that. It's so much fun, and it's a lot of work, but it's a blast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an adrenaline rush, getting to perform with your friends, for your friends, doing things that you love. It's great.
After the competition, I caught up with the Acappella group. Though they did not move forward in the competition, they all agreed that it was an amazing experience anyway. While rehearsing, how did it feel to be up there performing for other people?
I blacked out. And it is such a rush that it's kind of hard to really remember. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, you don't really remember performing.
You go numb for a second.
I don't remember it at all.
If you're so in the moment, you're not even thinking about what you're doing, and that's such a great feeling.
It's much harder to breathe when you're up on stage. Like, I've gotten used to it. Like, I'm a junior at this point. Like, I've performed with these guys like a cajillion times, but it's strange when you're in front of a bigger audience and like there's kind of like this pressure. It's like it's difficult to breathe, if you can imagine that being.
And you need to breathe to sing.
Yeah. I had to like.
You can keep up with Acquired Taste by liking their Facebook page or going to their website. I'm Christina Gesford for Good Morning Emerson.
Thanks, Christina. The Oscars are this Sunday, and we are here to talk about our votes for Best Motion Picture.
This year, Best Picture is completely up in the air, so we're going to break it all down with some GME awards. Malcolm and Medina, thank you for being with us. So, Medina, we're going to start with you. What are you expecting to see at the Oscars?
I want Leonardo DiCaprio to win. Like, that's serious. That's 110% my, he is my favorite actor in the whole world. And I think ever since What's Eating Gilbert Grape, he should have gotten an Oscar. Ever since then. He was amazing at such a young age. And, he's done so much for this movie. He's went through so many illnesses and been in, a bear, caucus, whatever was in there. And I think he honestly deserves the Oscar more than ever this time.
Do you think The Revenant might get Best Picture?
I think it would. Yeah, definitely. But I think I want to talk DiCaprio himself is everything for me right now.
Yeah, well, I'm a big Leo fan too, and I saw The Revenant, and I think it was a great performance by him, but I'm not sure it was worthy of Best Actor. I don't know. I've just seen him have better performances before. This one was a lot about physical acting, a lot of facial expressions, a lot of sound and stuff, not true acting as he's done in his old movies. So I'd be surprised if he does win Best Actor, but maybe they'll give it to him because they're it's about time he wins the Best Actor.
Maybe for Best Angry Grunts, we could see Leo
he absolutely
take it.
Gets the Oscar for that one.
But as far as Best Picture goes, people are really speculating that we could see The Martian, we could see Spotlight, The Revenant as well, and some are even talking about Mad Max. What are your thoughts on those four?
I personally think Spotlight was very well done. I think it just really grasped journalism as well. I thought it was very well made and the actors were amazing, so I think that would be a good choice.
Yeah, Spotlight was phenomenal. I really liked it, of course, based right here in Boston. The Martian, I wasn't as impressed by. I thought it was a little tacky, a little just predictable, cliche. Spotlight, I would say, was probably my favorite to win Best Picture.
I agree about Spotlight. I think it was kind of a modern All the President's Men. It's going to be a classic.
Definitely.
It deserves an award, in my opinion. I saw The Big Short, too, and although that has gotten some hype, I think that was more kind of a star-studded, here's a history on the housing market kind of movie.
Right.
I don't think it'll really take Best Picture, though.
I think the movie that could really surprise some people would be Mad Max. If you guys saw that visually, it was insane. It was impressive to watch. It was beautiful. The colors were great. The action was incredible. That could really surprise some people.
Yeah, it'll definitely take a lot of awards there in terms of visuals and makeup and all of that stuff. As far as Best Picture, I don't know about that, but I did enjoy the movie.
All right, so Best Picture, we're going to go all the way around. Medina, what's your Best Picture?
Spotlight.
I'm going to go with Spotlight.
I'm going to go with Mad Max.
I'm going to go with Spotlight.
All right, well, we're going to have to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll be joined by Emerson's students live from the red carpet. Stay tuned.
Wow, our debates are on fire. Ah! Oh no, why did I say that? Oh no, I'm on fire still, it is so hot. Why have I done this? Oh no, I'm still on fire, but one speechless on the Emerson channel. It's really good and full of action.
Welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us.
Rihanna has been flaking out on multiple events lately and has disappointed many fans, including Lauren and I. Medina Shehi rejoins us now with the latest.
Good morning, everyone, and here's what I have for you today. Has Rihanna been unfaithful to her fans? Well, she postponed her album, ditched the Grammys last minute, and now has postponed her world tour while also canceling many other shows that are not included in that tour. She seems to be threatened by Adele and Beyonce because she keeps on postponing her releases after both have been in the top with their songs and performances. However, she has gained new success with her song with Drake, Work, because it became her 14th #1 single. She is third on the list of artists with the largest number of #1 singles. Her spot is after the Beatles and Mariah Carey and before Madonna. I have a feeling that she will become first on the list because she is still young and is always coming out with new music. You go, girl. Kesha's legal drama has led to a fight between Demi and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift donated $250,000 to help Kesha with her legal case against her producer. Demi, being someone who has also been battling physical and mental treatment like Kesha, says that Taylor only did this to get more fame. Taylor's fans attacked Demi to the point where she had to apologize. I guess don't start any bad blood, Demi? I think that what both Demi and Taylor have done to help Kesha is thoughtful and inspirational, so there's no need for criticism here. That is just my opinion. Last weekend, Shia LaBeouf rode in an elevator for 48 hours with his fans just for fun. Not for a movie or anything, just because he is Shia. Previously, he has let people watch him watch his own movies for 3 days straight, as well as many other crazy things. But in this incident, a fan told Shia to punch him in the face, and Shia lightly did it to fulfill his fan's dream. However, Shia almost got in trouble because people actually thought he punched the fan in the face. I personally remember Shia as the crazy brother on Even Stevens, so this seems like the norm for me. I wonder what else he will do. The new O.J. Simpson show has been extremely popular and successful. However, Khloe Kardashian can't fully watch it. It brings nostalgia of her father. She says she has it on DVD and is trying her best to make herself watch it. It's hard for her because her father died when she was at a really young age. She says she doesn't even remember the sound of his own voice. Here's her talking about it.
I really appreciate the way they've portrayed my father. I'm very grateful for that. I haven't watched it fully. Kimberly has, and she raves about it and loves it. But not all the facts are accurate. Like when OJ was contemplating suicide, it was in my room and not Kim's room. They're kind of sensationalizing the Kardashian name in it.
You can do it, Coco. Just take your time. There's no problem with that. Well, that's all I have for you today, and let's get back to Lauren and Sean.
Thank you, Medina. We're going to go to our live reporters, Hunter Reese and Priscilla Ligori, who are at CNN headquarters in Los Angeles getting ready for the Oscars. Can you hear us, guys?
Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Lauren. Today, Priscilla and I at the... Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Go right ahead.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Lauren. Today, Priscilla and I are at the CNN West Coast Bureau. We're preparing for the upcoming week and WBN's Oscar special.
Yes, Sunday is the biggest award show, and we have a lot of coverage coming up for the 88th Academy Awards.
What is some of that coverage that you guys have planned?
Cool. So yeah, we're planning on interviewing everybody on the red carpet, from people, the directors and producers, to sound designers and costume designers, people who are associated and nominated for the Oscars, and people just behind the scenes. We can see them on WBN.TV, where we're doing a 30-minute special.
Yes, so the details and preparation that goes into making movies is very fascinating, and our coverage really gives viewers that behind-the-scenes look on their favorite films.
And your preparation began even before you went to Los Angeles, right here in Boston. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, the film Spotlight, as you were talking about earlier, it portrays how the Boston Globe investigative team uncovered widespread sexual abuse in the Roman Catholic Church. I spoke with reporter Michael Rezundes about how he thinks the film portrayed the investigation.
Happy with the way the investigation was portrayed by the film. I think the movie is incredibly true to both the substance and the spirit of what we did. And there's a very good reason for that. Tom McCarthy, the director and co-writer of the script, and Josh Singer, the screenwriter, I mean, they spent an enormous amount of time with us. They interviewed us. I drove them around Boston.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. We're now going to send it over to the red carpet. We're joined live by Ellie Romano and Rose Federa. Guys, thank you for being with us this morning.
Can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, hey guys.
So what are you guys doing right now to get ready for the Oscars this Sunday?
So we're doing great. It's still pretty early out here on the West Coast, but we're really enjoying the break from Boston and enjoying this 80-degree Hollywood weather.
That's true. Soon the sun will be shining and the red carpet behind us will be filled with people working.
What are some of the plans that you guys have while you're in Los Angeles?
What's going on with the red carpet? Rose, you want to tell them what's going on with the red carpet today?
Yeah, right now it's just people working, getting ready for that big day on Sunday. As Ali said, it's still pretty early here on the West Coast, but in a few hours, the Dolby Theater will be crowded with people working on pre-production for the Oscars.
And because the ceremony is just days away, people are checking and checking again. The sound system, the light system, constantly going through the rundown to make sure the show goes off without a hitch.
Okay, guys, as I know you guys are both fashionistas, who do you think is going to wow us on Sunday on the red carpet?
So we have been doing a lot of interviews so far. We have a bunch more interviews scheduled with Oscar nominees or people that have worked on Oscar-nominated films coming up in the next few days.
We've been working all over the city to get footage and shots for our 30-minute special.
All right, well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for watching.
Make sure to tune in next week. Have a great weekend. Lauren, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to host Good Morning Emerson, of course.
Good Morning Emerson? What's that?
It's the best morning show ever that's on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m.
Wow, how can I work on this?
Yeah, let's get going.